Cool.
Okay, hey everyone in Facebook land. Hey, I have James here with me. Remember, I talked about James a couple weeks ago, so he's here.
Hey, finally.
Hey, I know. So I recently met James. He's one of my business partners and a mentor in the online boutique business that we both belong to. James lives in Texas. He's a professional dog trainer, and he describes himself as a serial entrepreneur in the community marketing business for over 15 years or 17 years.
17 years, yeah.
Yeah. He's also a certified ULA life coach. So I just bought that book, the one for women. I know, I'm excited. I'm not very far in, but I just got it. So I'm excited to learn more. So that might come up in our conversation, it might not. But so online boutique. So you all know that I'm recently started that business. And so James, you're a guy.
I am.
Obvious. And while there are men who may wear women's wear and fashion, you're not that avatar, right?
I am not that avatar.
No. And so right now the focus of our company is on women's lifestyle. So why this company?
So I think the biggest thing for me is it just boils down to three things. I've been on this earth for now almost 41 years. And one of the things I've learned in all those 41 years is, I don't know women very well. That's one thing I've learned. But I have learned that women like to shop for clothes, they like to wear clothes, and they like to share clothes. And I have learned that, and it's a very natural thing for women to do. Most people don't walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, what shake are you making?" They don't walk up to people and say, "Hey, what's your skincare regimen? What's that look like?" Now they might walk up to somebody or in a conversation say, "Hey, you look like you've lost weight, or you look like your skin is so bright or glowing," or whatever it is. And that person might go, "Oh, it's because of this weight loss program, or it's because of this skincare regimen," or it's always a secondary, education that has to be provided. Like you said, I've been in the community-based, home-based business industry for over 17 years now. I'm going to 18 years. And so I have a lot of friends in many different companies. And that's what I've seen with what we're doing here with this online boutique business and really in the fashion industry. It's something I've never seen before because it's so natural for women especially to share what this is all about because there is no education required. So that's the biggest thing for me, because I've been in service-based companies, I've been in telecom, I've been with wellness companies, online shopping companies, but there's always this road you have to take people down through education. There's no education around, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt? I got it here. Here, buy it here. Download my app and buy it." There's no education there. Somebody likes something, they see it and they buy it. And that's kind of our society right now, right? If you see something you want online, you find where to go buy it. It might be on Amazon, it might be on another website, it might be on your friend's website, but you see it, you want it, you buy it. You really don't want to go down this path of education. I think that's what it really allows people to do, is do something very natural that they already do. So there's not a lot of training involved. So if you're a person and you probably know some women and they do wear clothes, it's very possible that you could grow a successful business here too. And the last thing I'll say on this too is that the investment is so low. I have friends, and when I was in branding and marketing agencies, and even a few of my friends that I've met now being in this industry, that spent tens of thousands of dollars to open an online boutique because there's websites and inventory and taking pictures and customer returns and all these kind of things.
Right.
And what you can do now is, do it for not even a fraction of the cost. It's less than you'd spend on your gas for the month, like to open an online boutique. And you don't have to have knowledge of how to do that. It's all done for you kind of in a box. So those are a couple of the reasons that I was really attracted to in the beginning. And now we're seeing that, through all the people that we're working with and who we partner with as well.
Yeah, I think for me, that was one of the most attractive things, that all the fulfillment, all of the ordering, all the things are done by somebody else. And we just have to wear clothes and share clothes. It's all. Exactly. And we do that anyway.
You bring people and you bring people you'll meet, and you go, "Hey, I don't know if this is something for you, but it might be a good fit," we jokingly say, because it's all clothing. And if it is a great fit, I can show you more about it. If it's not, wonderful. And if you ever see any clothes that you like, you can grab some. And so
Right.
it's a very simple conversation. There's no threat to relationships in this type of business either, because it's clothing. It's not, people aren't going to come in and have a bad experience by buying a top they like. So
Right, because if they don't like it or doesn't fit, you can just return it. It's no
return
big
it.
deal.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
nobody's upset about it because that happens all the time. That's the other thing that women do is that we buy clothes, we try them on and go, it doesn't look like I thought it would, and we do return them. It's just part of who we are.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So at some point, we talked about women's line. At some point, our company will introduce a men's line. We don't know when that is, but since you aren't wearing the clothes we have right now, why now? Why did you join this company now instead of waiting until you could wear the clothes and share the clothes as in a men's line?
Sure, and I think eventually they will come out with some men's pieces. I don't know it'll be a huge men's line because, here's the thing about me. I'd be a horrible customer. I'd be a horrible client because, I'm a guy, I wear shorts. I think most of my shorts are probably 5 to 10 years old and I never change them. And I'm not like, oh, I need the most fashionable pair of mesh shorts for the season. Guys don't really think like that. I do think we'll have pieces and stuff that'll be really cool for guys. I don't know if we'll have a full line, but honestly, I don't even know if I want a full line because guys really don't shop that much. But we'll see where it goes. But in terms of getting in now, because this company, in its essence and its core, has been established and around for about almost 4 years. But it was relaunched in a pre-launch manner, I think, in really December, January 2019, 2020, with this new idea of really being a fashion online e-commerce brand versus what you see a lot of other companies out there. They're doing party plans and they're online events and they're having. Now you might see some clothing behind me right here, but that's all my girlfriend's clothing. Like that's not our inventory. That's just her clothing that we go and be able to show people what it's about. And so it's a very different model. And being in a company, because I've been in this industry for 17 years plus, and you'll hear a lot of people in home-based businesses or community-based marketing where it's like, timing doesn't matter. How good the product is and how good the rewards plan is and how great the executive team is and all these kind of things I've learned over the last 17 years. Here's the thing. Can you be successful in a company that's already very established? Yes, very low percentage, maybe 10, 15, 20% in an established company. In a company that is on its way to launching, if you get in at the right time, you're going to have a 90% chance of having some type of success simply for the fact that no one knows what it is. And they're more open to it to talk about it. And again, clothing is a very open thing for people to do. And so right now, we're on about a 4-month run now until it launches in January. And this time period in this company's history will never happen again. It will kind of happen when we launch into other countries like Canada and the UK and Australia and Mexico and Brazil, wherever we end up going. Those are a couple of things that are on the plate. But it'll never happen in the US. And I believe the US will be our biggest market simply because the fashion, the style, all those different things are very much, a US type thing with athleisure and how people are working now and all this kind of stuff. So I think timing could never be better. And here's the thing I always tell people, the people that go through the most challenges usually end up with the most reward. When you look at some, they're at the end and they're like, wow, that person has done amazing things. It must have been so easy for them. I can guarantee you I've learned more success, that whole adage, more money, more problems. That's usually what happens with most people is the more success you have, it's probably the more challenges you've been through or the more challenges you've been willing to go through to get there. And so, I know in this time period, because there's challenges, I know we're building a new mobile app it looks beautiful. We're building a new e-commerce profile. We're building a platform. We're building a new customer loyalty experience. All these different things, it will never happen again. So for somebody that has an entrepreneurial mind and understands that this is an industry that is just growing like crazy, and the only other way to get and to be part of it is either go become an employee of a clothing company, Go start your own line of clothing, or go spend tens of thousands of dollars and open your online boutique and try to manage it all. If you're not in this industry like me, if somebody goes, "Why are you in this?" Well, I didn't have fashion in my portfolio of businesses, and now I have fashion as part of one of the businesses that we have, that we can draw an income stream from, and just really kind of ride the wave of not just the company that we're a part of, but also the industry that we're a part of.
Right. So multiple streams of income, I think, are, it's brilliant.
And lateral streams too. Like if you're watching this right now and you're like, well, I'm a doctor, or I'm a lawyer, or I'm a hairdresser, or I'm a teacher. Why would I go into clothing? Hi, I'm a guy. I know nothing about fashion. I have a t-shirt and shorts on. So, I'm the one that has no idea. You go, okay, if I want to have other lines of income, I need to build lines of income that have nothing to do with what I know now. That way, if something happens to what I know, I've got this thing that I built on the back burner, that's not related to that other industry. So that's a big thing in terms of multiple streams.
Yeah, cool. So you were talking about, you started to go into some details about what it takes to be in this business and be an entrepreneur. I think it certainly takes some resilience, and it's certainly not for the faint-hearted, especially when you're launching a company, right? So just being able to be resilient and be flexible. But do you have, can you talk about your strategies for building a business in a community of women? Like what works, what did you make a mistake? Have you learned something that you didn't know before?
I make tons of mistakes every single day.
Yeah.
So we're all imperfectly perfect, no matter what you think or what you believe or all those different things, and that's the thing. I think being willing to make mistakes and learn from them is a big skill to have, and go, okay, I'm going to try and see what happens, and disassociating yourself from the outcome. So for now, over the next 4 months, we're not really looking for people to, try the clothing or even, grow their own online boutique. That's going to come in January. We're looking for people that are visionaries that go, I see something that's special here. And like you said, it takes a special kind of person. Now, when we launch, this company will be for everybody, no matter what their experience level is, what their resilience level is, all these different, it'll be for everybody. But right now, it's for that special person, that one person that's watching this right now going, what in the world are these people talking about? And going, there's something inside me that going, there's something here. Because that's what happened to me. I tripped into this company. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, there's something here that I know this company is going to do something big with or without me. Like it's going to do 20, 30, $50 million a month in sales. And that's, if I join or if I don't join, they're going to do that anyway. But I want to have a piece of that. So I think being willing to make mistakes and also being very respectful, and being going to somebody and really asking just for their opinion and their feedback. Not, I want you to purchase clothing, or I want you to, look at the business side of things. I just want people to get a feedback, because if you're on this page and you're watching this, it really kind of comes down to, I would take a look at this just so when this company is doing 20, 30, $50 million in orders a month, and you go and say, hey, why didn't you tell me about this 6 months ago? Well, right now, you're watching this, you're getting told about it. You have no excuses. And so that's why that's how kind of I approach people, just asking for their feedback and their honest opinion. And I care about what their opinion is, because maybe we have to change something. And that's what's the beauty of pre-launch too, because maybe there's something we haven't seen. And I do want people to get their feedback and their opinions on what we're doing here. And that's why we have these, really brief overviews that kind of happen twice a day, almost every day, that you can just hop on and go, hey, let me see if this is something either would be a good fit for me, or maybe I know somebody, and you can tell them about it too. So
great, thanks. So any other words of wisdom for anyone wanting to start their own community-based business, like timing or the time is now, or any other words of wisdom that you would share that we didn't cover?
I think the only words of wisdom is trust your gut, and don't trust the opinions of others, or investigate it and go, okay, let me go down this rabbit hole a little bit and see if this is something that could potentially be where I could build a little side income or a business or whatever it is. And don't look at things as face value and go, oh, that wouldn't be for me. Because if I looked at it at face value, it's a women's fashion and lifestyle company. Outside looking in, I'd be like, why would this be for me? But it's because I took that next step and I said, what's the brand look like? What does it represent? How does the rewards program work? How's the technology going to work? What kind of people are involved? I went down that rabbit hole a little bit. And as soon as I did that, I went, I'm in. Because I saw the mission and the vision and where it was going. And I knew it was going to happen with or without me. So I would say that was the biggest word of wisdom I could give to somebody is don't look at it for face value and trust your gut. Find out what your own opinion is. Don't make a judgment call because it's a women's fashion company, because I'm a guy and I don't wear the clothes. So.
Right. And if you say no, it's always no, right? You never know if you say
yeah,
no.
you just never know. You never know.
Yeah. Great. So people that are on my page and have followed me for a while, you know that I always finish my interviews with a question in Barbara Brown Taylor style, but I'm going to do it with a ooh-la twist today.
Oh, cool.
So your answer can be funny, lighthearted, more reflective of whatever comes to mind. So this question is, what's helping you find balance right now?
I think the biggest thing that's helping me find balance now, it's kind of twofold. One, it's my relationship with my girlfriend right now, and also my relationship with God. So those are the two things that are highest on my list right now that keep me in check. So, when I feel like it's getting stressful, or it feels like there's a lot like weighing on me or whatever it is, I know I can always turn to, and her name is Angel, so I can always turn to my angel and ask for guidance. And I can always, turn to God and always ask, no matter what, he's always with me. So I think those two constants in my life right now are really allowing me to have balance, because, you talk about ULA a little bit, and I am a ULA certified coach. And, I went down the ULA path because it was the first one that made sense to me of, yes, you can have it all. I was always taught, you have to be out of balance and just focus on business and, go, go, go. And I learned that feels like a treadmill. And having this balance. And when I got into ULA, one of the first things it has you do is you go through the ULA wheel and you find out, what of the 7 things am I lacking right now? And where should I put focus on it? And my 2 were faith and family. And that was, 3 months ago, 4 months ago that I did that. And now I have a new relationship, and I have a closer relationship with God. So I would always say, make that assessment, find out what you are lacking in your life, and then figure out how to fill in that gap, and find out what your center is and where you want to go forward, and go from there. So I think that's what gives me balance right now. And just that being on that path of trying to even out that circle, that wheel of life, I think that's keeping me on balance. And such a great question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think, it's a reflecting on your answer. It's like that. We all need to develop multiple strengths, not just one, but then finding how to develop each one of them so they are balanced, I think, is so important.
Yeah, because we kind of look at it like roots of a tree, because we have this whole thing. We kind of look at it like, you're digging down these roots and you think, oh, it takes a lot of work to do every single one. Once that root starts growing down, it doesn't retract. It grows down deeper. So when you grow down deeper, it's not like you have to keep working at it to keep it going. It's not like, in ULA, they talk about spinning plates. That sounds like work to me. It's like, roots to me is a better analogy just for my brain. Plates might work for somebody else, but roots are a better analogy, because once I dig those roots and they grow down deep, they just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I keep getting more balanced and keep getting bigger, and the life keeps getting more abundant as the roots go down, the tree grows up. That's kind of our concept. And so, I think it's a beautiful thing to do, is lead that.
I love that. I'm excited to get deeper into the book so I can learn more, but we can always talk about that another time too.
Sure.
So thank you so much, James. It was great to have you join me today. And if anyone wants to join me with James as a mentor on this lifestyle journey, just let me know. You know how to find me, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you so much.
We'll talk soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Bye.